The family dinner was my North Star, a rare moment when I felt I mattered. For weeks, I'd been counting down, each day a step closer to the warmth of my parents' dining room, alive with cousins, aunts, uncles, and the clatter of plates. Work was a beast, long hours in finance, numbers blurring on my screen, but the thought of that night kept me sane. I was Rachel, the responsible one, the one who sent money when Stephen, my brother, blew his paycheck, the one who showed up with gifts even when no one reciprocated. I'd bought a silk scarf for Mom, a sleek watch for Dad, and a leather wallet for Stephen, imagining their smiles. Family doesn't keep score, I told myself. I called Mom days before. "You'll be there, right?" I asked, excitement bubbling. "Of course, sweetheart," she said, her voice warm. "We miss you. It'll be so good to have everyone." Her words lit me up, a rare moment when I felt wanted, not just useful. But a shadow lingered. Stephen was always the golden child, fun, reckless, excused for every mistake. I was the afterthought, praised for my job but never truly seen. I pushed the doubt away. This dinner would be different. It had to be. The week before the dinner, I was a bundle of nerves and excitement. My apartment was a mess, papers strewn from late-night work, but I carved out time to prepare. I spent an hour at the mall, picking the perfect scarf for Mom, its blue hues matching her eyes. Dad's watch was simple, elegant, something he'd wear proudly. Stephen's wallet was a splurge, but I wanted him to feel special, even if he never returned the favor. I wrapped each gift carefully, picturing the dining room, candles flickering, roast sizzling, laughter echoing. I called Mom again to confirm. "Saturday, 6 p.m., right?" I asked, double-checking. "Yes, Rachel," she laughed. "Don't be late, okay?" I grinned, promising I wouldn't. Her tone felt off, rushed, but I chalked it up to her juggling plans. I texted Stephen, asking if he'd bring his famous cheesecake. No reply. Typical. He was probably out partying, living off the $300 I sent monthly for his rent. I didn't mind, much. It was my role, the reliable sibling, the one who kept things together. Friday night, I lay in bed, replaying past dinners. There was the time we stayed up late, cousins swapping stories, or when Dad taught me to carve the roast, his hands steady. But memories of being sidelined crept in, Stephen stealing the spotlight, Mom brushing off my achievements. "Rachel's fine, she's got her job," she'd say. I shook it off. This time, I'd be there, gifts in hand, part of the chaos. Saturday morning, I ran errands, flowers, wine, my heart light. I was ready for the noise, the love, the family. Or so I thought. Saturday evening, I was curled up with a book, saving energy for the dinner, when my phone pinged. My aunt's Facebook post loaded, a gallery of family dinner photos. My heart froze. There was Mom, beaming, clinking glasses. Dad, chuckling with an uncle. Stephen, smirking, arm around a cousin. Everyone was there, cousins, aunts, even distant relatives I barely knew. Everyone but me. The timestamp glared, last night. I'd been home, alone, while they celebrated. My stomach churned, a hollow ache spreading. I scrolled, hoping it was an old event, but the dates didn't lie. They'd had the dinner without me. I stared at the bright smiles, the warm lights, feeling like a stranger. My fingers trembled as I opened my messages. I should have ignored it, but I needed to know. I called Stephen. "Yo, what's up?" he answered, carefree. "Was the dinner last night?" I asked, my voice tight. A pause, then a laugh, sharp, careless. "Oh, yeah, we forgot to invite you." Laughter again, like it was a punchline. "Forgot?" I echoed, my chest squeezing. "Oops," he said, grinning through the phone. I hung up, his laugh ringing in my ears. Oops. Like I was nothing. I scrolled the photos again, each one a knife. There was Stephen, holding court, Mom doting on him. Flashbacks hit, times I'd been overlooked. Like when Stephen borrowed my laptop, deleting my files, and Mom waved it off. Don't be selfish, Rachel. Or when I got a promotion, and Dad said, that's nice, but Steven's jobless again. This wasn't a mistake. They'd planned a dinner, invited everyone, and not one person thought of me. I sat frozen, the phone in my lap, Steven's oops looping like a taunt. I'd spent years being their safety net, paying Steven's rent, covering bills, buying gifts, all to feel like family. And this was my reward, a table set without me. The gifts sat on my counter, mocking me. I felt hollow, invisible, like I'd never mattered. Something snapped. I opened my banking app, my hand steady now. Steven's automatic payment, $300 a month, every month for years, stared back. I canceled it. Confirm, done. I exhaled, a weight lifting. I wasn't angry, not anymore. I was free. I closed Facebook, the photos vanishing. I didn't text Mom, didn't call Dad. I just sat, letting the truth sink in. I was done chasing their love. I thought of every time I'd swallowed my hurt. Like when Steven crashed his car, and Mom blamed the roads, not him. Or when I saved for college, and they asked me to fund Steven's fresh start. I'd given everything, money, time, heart, and gotten scraps in return. The dinner wasn't a fluke, it was proof I was disposable. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just stared out my window, the city lights blurring, and promised myself, no more. The next few days were a haze. I went to work, smiled at colleagues, but the dinner haunted me. I kept expecting Mom to call, to apologize, but nothing came. Then, 4 days later, a text, hey, sweetheart, Steven's short on cash. Can you send something? I laughed, bitter and sharp. No mention of the dinner, just another demand. I typed, ask Steven why he laughed when he forgot me. I didn't send it, just closed the chat. Let them squirm. My aunt texted next, Rachel, missed you at dinner. Out of town? My heart raced. Someone noticed. No, I replied, I wasn't invited. Hours later, my cousin Emma messaged, you weren't invited? That's insane. I told her, found out from the photos. The family group chat erupted, cousins questioning, aunts confused. Mom tried to spin it, just a mix-up, Rachel's always busy. But the truth spread like wildfire. I stayed quiet, letting it unfold. I wasn't the peacemaker anymore, the one who fixed their messes. I thought of my childhood, Steven always the star, me the background. He'd steal, cheat, crash cars, and they'd defend him. I'd work, save, succeed, and get a pat on the head. The dinner was just the final straw, proof I'd never be enough. But for the first time I didn't care. I was done begging. A week later, Dad called, rare for him. Your mom's upset, he said. She thinks you're stirring drama. I scoffed. I told the truth. Why didn't you invite me? Silence. I thought Mom handled it, he mumbled. You didn't even check, I said, my voice steady. I'm not cleaning this up. I hung up, my pulse pounding. Steven texted next, yo, why's Mom freaking out? This about the rent money? You're petty. I fired back, I gave you thousands, and you laughed when you forgot me. Figure it out. He replied, it wasn't deep. I ignored him. Mom called, her voice syrupy, Rachel, Steven said you were harsh. He's struggling. He laughed when he forgot me, I snapped. Why didn't you invite me? Silence, then, a misunderstanding. I cut her off. You hurt me, and now you're mad people know. I'm done being your bank, your fixer, your afterthought. I hung up, my heart racing. I'd said it, I was done. Steven showed up at my apartment, desperate. Rent's due, he said. Help me. I crossed my arms. You forgot me, Steven. I'm not your ATM. His face fell. We're family, he tried. Funny, I said, you didn't think so at dinner. I shut the door, my hands trembling but my resolve firm. The fallout was swift. My aunt messaged, "Rachel, what happened wasn't right. I'm sorry." Her words warmed me, someone saw me. Cousins turned on mom's excuses, Stephen's entitlement. The group chat buzzed with disbelief. How do you forget your own daughter? Mom's reputation cracked, Stephen's bank account dried up. I stayed silent, letting their world unravel. I didn't need to fight, they'd done it to themselves. I reflected on my life, years of giving, hoping for love. I'd paid for Stephen's mistakes, smoothed mom's stress, earned dad's nods. But I was never enough. The dinner showed me, I didn't need them to define me. I was Rachel, smart, strong, worthy. My phone pinged, Emma, inviting me to a cousin's barbecue. No mom, no Stephen. I smiled. I'd found my place, not at their table, but beyond it. Months later, my aunt hosted a get-together. I walked in, greeted by hugs, laughter, real warmth. No mom, no Stephen, they'd burned their bridges. I set my gifts on the table, flowers, wine, no expectations. Emma clinked her glass to mine. Glad you're here, she said. I nodded, my chest light. I wasn't the invisible girl anymore. I was Rachel, uninvited once, but unbroken now, at a table where I belonged.